And so there's important information that we should talk about regarding employee health. More than 80% of disease and illness in the workplace can be traced to 3 contributing factors. 1 is being overweight, number 2 is unmanaged stress, and number 3 is repetitive motion disorders, because these are the things that actually impact the bottom line of premiums the most. Now I do have a sheet here if you want to take notes. You can take them in your own pad or whatever, but in your handouts here, I have this one sheet, is how to save 300% on company medical costs with wellness programs. This was actually the note sheet that I used in 2009 when I gave a talk here previously. But you can always fill in these things somewhere. So, what are some wellness program components? You could say that being overweight, unmanaged stress, and repetitive motion disorders are 3 of the components that we'll address. Duke University Medical Center, which is in North Carolina. Anyone been to Duke or Duke? I was just out there this weekend for my brother-in-law's 60th birthday party.
Oh wow!
And so these aren't Duke colors. These are more like UNC colors. There's a lot of rivalry out there. A lot of rivalry. But anyway, Duke Medical Center did a study and found that these statistics relate to overweight and obese patients. They filed twice the number of workers' comp claims. Their medical costs are 7 times higher. And they lost 13 times more work days from work injury or work illness than did non-obese workers.
Is that in here?
That statistic?
No.
I don't think so. You could write it down. I am planning, and no one is in this video, but I am videotaping myself at this moment. And so I'm planning on putting this up on YouTube, so if you want to watch this over and over again, like right before you're going to bed, if you really need to get some sleep, then it will be there for you. So obesity is the first one, stress is the second. There was a physician, Dr. Hans Selye, who came from Eastern Europe, and he wrote a book called Stress Without Distress. And he explained how everyday stress and tension destroys the body by weakening the body's stress glands, which are the adrenal glands. The adrenal glands produce a lot of extra cortisol when you're under stress. Cortisol rushes sugar into the bloodstream. And so it's sort of antagonistic to the whole blood sugar metabolism insulin process. So the more stress you're under, the more likely that you may develop diabetes in the future. And diabetes is a major driver of healthcare costs in this country. Exhausted adrenal glands can lead to a variety of different problems and symptoms like insomnia, fatigue, weight problems, digestive problems, headaches, and a weakened immune system. So we do a stress survey when we're doing in-office screenings with people. We have them fill out a stress survey. We also then do blood pressure by itself and then blood pressure sitting and standing. We do BMI analysis, which is body mass index. And we also test for salivary pH to test as a quick screening for toxicity in the body. Of 22 staff members, when they checked off any of the following symptoms they'd had, most of them had fatigue, a huge percentage. Fatigue and tiredness, pain anywhere in the body, allergies, headaches, tension, etc. And so in here I actually do have some of these statistics. It may not be super clear, but I do have some lists of, I think. So I have a few sheets that are on wellness programs and the information I got from that. And perhaps there is a picture, maybe not, a picture of this in there. I did a lecture at a company on insomnia. So there are 35 different lectures that I can do as lunch and learn formats that are professionally done and based on science and provide a lot of health tips for employees. And so one company, MedAmerica, asked me to do a talk on insomnia. I guess because the person who was doing it that was her issue. And so Again, very similar profile here as far as stress issues, fatigue and tiredness, pain in the body anywhere. And another company we did study the entire company, which was 16 staff members, and they started out with low back pain, a lot more had that, and then fatigue and tiredness. So this is the kind of information that a good wellness program can provide by having someone like myself, who is a doctor, come in and then have the screenings done in an isolated area so no one else hears what's going on. And then we can take that data, put it into SurveyMonkey, crunch the data down, and find out what overall symptoms. We can provide aggregate information that is not a violation of anyone's HIPAA